Welcome to the June 6th demonstration. We were delighted to have Eugene Grimley join us from the Cross-Border Chapter and Ulster Wood Turning Group. Eugene crafted a Celtic cross using spindle and cross-grain techniques. Enjoy the demonstration.
Thank you. Coming down is a nightmare around the M50. It's awful. Normally I don't mind doing that. It's funny, I was saying to people earlier, since I quit teaching at the woodshed closed and that, I've just lost a bit of impetus to get going and do things, you know. And I've been planning this for a long time, but I guarantee you that I've forgotten something. But I'll try and make do with what I've got. I'm not a spindle turner, most of this is spindle work. So that's what I'm going to try. I've made several over the years, different woods, different sizes. I have a plan. I've had it for a long time to make a really big one. I'm around to it. This one was for somebody. He supplied the wood. Horse chestnut. It's not really a nice wood to work with in fine detail or anything else. It's just very stubby. The only way I could do it. But Celtic cross, I know it's not quite right. This is on the outside, this should be on the inside, but if you're going to be a wood turning, then it's going to be something like that. For some reason, the ear at the bottom of this polished up really nice, and this one didn't polish nearly as well, so that's wood for you. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. I won't have time to finish everything, but I'll finish what I have to as I go along and explain what I would be doing. If I have plenty of time, I've got stuff here. So this is going to be the base. This is wild cherry. And a friend, a wood turner, well, recently enrolled wood turner, was given a look at this years ago. He hadn't lathe long before he met up with us, the wood turners. He didn't know it had 5 speeds. He always worked on one. Never opened that bit at the end. He noticed he had 5 speeds. It was a wee bit like one of them 3-wheelers, Reliant Robbins. It was a horrible lathe, like it didn't do anything. He did get rid of it. But didn't even know. But somebody gave him a load of this, and he thought he'd keep it and dry it. So he packed up against a wall, covered it with felt, covered with shins of corrugated iron, and covered it with more felt, and let it rot. So when I discovered it, he says, "Oh, you can take that." He says, "It's not any good." So there was some good bits in it, not a lot. The rest of it was firewood, but didn't know not to let the air through it. And that's one of the things about belonging to a club or a group or chapters, what they're called. You've got help. People will advise you. People will tell you what to do, not to bury this stuff. I was a bit surprised that I complained, but I said that was the wrong way to do this. So I'm just going to put a chopping point on the top of this, so I can turn it around. There are other ways of doing it. This is just the way I've been doing it. Try and get in here. No, I can't. Right, come on the other side. Work away from it. While I work towards it. I could have put a screw chuck in it. I'm going to drill a hole anyway. It's the way I've always done it. This is only a temporary arrangement. I got this tool handled recently. One of our members passed away and we were clearing the stuff out. And there was a handle, another handle on it, covering up this hole. So it takes both 3/8 and 1/2 inch. And I haven't got many 1/2 inch ones, but I wanted something small, a big handle. This one only takes 3/8 spinning wheels. So I got a couple of other bowl gouges as well. And I've taken the handles off all of them, so I've got 5 bowl gouges with me. Only one handle, all I need. Right, let's see if we can get in here and straighten this up a wee bit. That should allow me to turn that round. That's open. Most of my chucks are the old Novo ones. We'll go the opposite way to what we do here. And my lathe isn't an M33. I have a small M33. But, right, so make it all. Right. So we read about the balance for a while. Don't worry about that. Smooth, too high. I did turn the lathe off and back on. We didn't notice it was that fast. When you get a nice piece of this, it's a really nice timber to work with. I have kept, as I say, quite a lot of it, but when I go to it, it's starting to crack now. And it's been down about 20 years. You know, they've never got a chance to dry properly. Too much better, I think. Right, mark this out. I never thought of checking those jobs, but do it at the moment. Something like that. Well, this is 3/8 spindle gouge with a long line on it. So using this, I can go right underneath at the end there and make a dovetail recess. You can see the other side. The other way, doing it that way means I've got a nice smooth finish here. Barely needs sanding. See these people trying to take it out with the parting tool and a big bowl gouge. If you have to leave a recess, then make it nice. And before we go any further, I want to check. I didn't check the start. Don't recognise the chuck, so just to be on the safe side. That's grand. You make assumptions all the time, every chuck's the same. It's only because I won't be able to get back to this afterwards. So, tidy it up a little bit. I don't like sanding at all. We have to do it. And doing it in a demo without dust extraction isn't great fun. But it gets put these in. Just make sure you get the dust out of that process. This is 240 now. Check that there's a nice big line in it there. Don't want to take a lot of it. Very slight mark there. Could say that's the bottom, but it doesn't matter. I don't subscribe to that theory. It does matter. Making sure that's still below. Okay, that's alright. Finish that again. I find it when not looking for it. Right, so that's the bottom done. Okay. What I want to do now is drill a hole in that. Smaller drills don't clear the focus quickly. A wee bit deeper. Not because it needs to be deeper, but I need to know what size it is. More than anything else, the size I can remember. Right. 15 mil deep. Okay. Right. Basically, it's a matter of shaping this. If you're a bit worried about that coming away, some sort of centre. Can help it. Right. I don't know where exactly Arthur got this from. I'm assuming it was somewhere near where he lived. He lives into Tyrone. Into Tyrone, the Armagh border, I should say. But it's a wee bit sandy. You get some silicon taking the edge off the tube. Again, all I want to do here is to get rid of this bark inclusion and so on, and make it any shape. The shapes don't matter. Well, I don't think they matter. My wife may have a different opinion now and again. Slightly more slope on that one. Right, I can take this. Closer. That's where I need at least to go, no, a wee bit further. At least to go this far. look too bad. Unclear it slightly. Make it look as though I intended it to be curved. I tried to do it flat, and it's difficult to get it perfectly flat. Everybody can see that's not, that's better. On the top here, I'm just going to take that away from. Tidy this up. Slightly concave so that right. Whatever shape you want here, try to I have a great dislike for repeating things and doing things the same. I like to change it just for variety. As you know, in the past we've always done something for the Children's Hospital, and that's about the only time I do repeats. But of course they're not all the same anyway. And even difficulty doing a pair of candlesticks, you know, doing two. But that's just me. Something there, something there. That wee bit. Right. We'll leave that. I would have been the purpose for a stack of items that I had to finish with me. There's probably was a sub on the bench at home that should have been in the box. It's not here. So I'll leave that bit. You can still put it together. Right, so we'll leave this for a moment. So next, we'll work our way up, as I said. So the next bit is the central column. That doesn't seem right. Sit. So this is about 40 mils square. I've drilled a hole where the two arms are going to go in, and the rest of it is sort of free, you know, to do what I want. We'll start at this end. Okay. Keep it there at the bottom. Very little of this is going to be the full diameter anyway, so I'm not going on ahead. I don't want to get this bottom to flow. So the depth of the hole was 15, I've taken a wee bit of it since then, so what we're doing. I'll make it bigger. Fix the hole later. Should be a size medium. Almost there. I want to check. Shouldn't fit yet. Okay. time and to assume that everything's working perfectly. I taught technical drawing or graphics, whatever you call them, for a long time. A number of people could make a mistake measuring 51, which is the old age. 51, you get 46 or 56. It's the one past the big one, you know. We're very bad at measuring. So take a wee bit off the end of this. The nose too big. Oh, it's not going to go the whole way anyway.
Eugene?
Yes, sir.
Would you ever use a spanner?
Yes, but not sharpened. I've got spanners here for all the... But not sharpened up one, you mean?
Yeah.
No. Don't like it. It's not a tool. It's not a proper tool. Somebody was using that recently at one of our Tuesday demos. Yeah, Dr. Best. No.
It works.
Yeah, I think Rich used it one time when he was with us. Something like that. And I do have spanners here for a different job. But no, I'll give it a try.
I've always used them.
And the work?
Yeah. I sharpen them.
Oh, yeah. Well, you learn something every day, so that's my lesson for the day. Try and remember when you get home. That should be that. Let's go on with it. Sharpen the bottom one or the top one? Sharpen the top one. You have a full set? There you go, you see. You've got a full set. What size have you got?
Just whatever you need.
I always have a spanners to sharpen. Sorry? Yeah, but I mean, do you have certain sizes or do you have a whole lot of different sizes? I promise to try it. That's all I'll do. Again, this is central part I'm concentrating on, because I want to do right. So we I need to put a curve in there to make the bow. So that's my center line. So the outside edge is going to be about there somewhere. So that's what I'm going to try and put in the curve. It's not a full hemisphere, as you can see. It's not going the full way in. And that's where my standard starts to go into its own. Outside of that, the measurement's going to be 15. So with that, I know roughly where the thing's going to end. And I say roughly, because I haven't got there yet. So I'm going to do this outside of those lines a bit. But it gives me some, gets wood out of the way from it. Vibration is because a long way away from support. There's going to be a lot to it. As I said, the first one I fancied doing was a big one. I drew it out with a sheet of paper. It's about that height. It's frightening to even start it. But I've done lots of the small ones. That's near enough to do for now. So we need to turn those over.
May I ask, did you design this yourself? Did you design this yourself?
Yes. Thank you. I designed it because my brother's mother-in-law wanted me to make something for a friend coming from America. And I always had my head something to do with the Celtic cross. I want to try that. So I sat down with the drawing board, as I still do at home, and sketched it out, and then drew one out. But because I had to take it back to America, that wasn't going to work, you know, so I dropped it down to something about that size. You know, I made a few of them. Because once I gave it to Josie, then Josie's 4 daughters all wanted one, including my sister-in-law. So that's got me started making them. Took me a long time though, I don't like repeating. And again, I'm having difficulty because this is in the way. So the road's coming away anyway. Take it away. Take the road. There are some people, I suppose, who are around that with a skew, not even think. Now much more. I'm happy with the goal, a big goal there. Piece of card, Joey Richardson's business card. The business card at the top there. No matter how often I do these things, I always leave too much up on top. Getting there. so they're maybe in now. So still a bit tight on the top curve. Now again, it looks alright. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. That's part of the circle. Alright, this side. This is the hardest bit of it, I find. So it's tight on both sides there. Must be centre line there. Training memory, and I want to do fine work, fine too. I think I'm a bit too now. Put too much there. This again, long grind, spindle guide. I picked up the other spindle guides because I want to use it. I don't like it. It's good enough too. I think we're nearly there. Take that. Some there and some there. Screws touching.
What's the diameter of the template? What is the diameter of your template?
Sorry?
What is the diameter?
Oh, 40 mil, same as the wood.
Right.
The wood's 40 mil, so it fits exactly over the wood. But that doesn't matter, that can be any size. It's the size of the wood. Yes, right, last one. So for me, that's the hardest bit of it. The slowest bit. too. A wee bit flat at the centre, but that's all around the holes there. Right, so 15. This is going to be the ring that goes round. So down to about there. And there. The thing has to be 15. Anyway. Okay. Taking it close to where I want, not taking it down all the way yet. I see you there. It's a target. So this needs to be tapered all the way to there. Using the wall is all the time. The thing is similar to that, so it's not open. That's better. So I'm using it very much like a stew. There's a nice sharp edge on it. Keep getting people coming to me, it's not working properly, it's not right. I says, wait till I'll sharpen it. Oh, go to the name said it before, I use their sharpener. You know, you saw I got what? less than an hour and a half, so you can't leave it for a fortnight. We got vibration now, so slacken off pressure. This one there. Those bits are straight, even though first glance at this, you're inclined to think they're tapered all the way. And I know somebody when I made one of Ulster went home and tried it live on YouTube and tried to make this taper go all the way, and it didn't work. Another one tried it by going, I cut this to go over a circle, cut a square, and it didn't work either. But that's all I'm going to do. That I can sand later. I just want to mark on here, roughly. The measurements are all sort of made up as I go along. I don't need special sizes. The top end. It's a loop you're going for. Now I go back and trim those back to size later. I have the spanner, I have other tools, but this one I find works. Because I drilled the hole with the same drill, in the same type of wood and so on. And it's not this type of wood. And I can put that over. That tells me there. Can't see it. It's not quite enough, is it? Tiny wee gap there. And the same, I will go along and check. So that's my wee gadget for checking them. So, 11 o'clock, tea time, is it? No? Yes? Yeah? So while you're having your tea and I'm looking at those things, I can sand this up a bit. It doesn't need to be finished to show you the different bits. I'd rather show you how to make it than to worry about the wee bits. Alright, so I'll let you go to your tea. I'll put us into the sound. Copyright on those? No. Perfect. just finishing this first. It won't take me very long. Very annoying. You like it? Yeah. No, I don't like that. What is this? Essential that you finish your project. Better if you don't. It's not essential in my own mind to finish your project.
Yeah. The whole idea the demonstration. What I'd like to remind everybody that on Wednesday we have a demonstration here. It's a little less formal.
What are you testing about?
Pardon?
What are you testing about?
I'm not testing about anything.
It's a demonstration.
You want the good crowd?
A demo here. Wood turning.
Oh,
Sorry. By the winner of our artistic, I think it was. Charlie. You're demoing on Wednesday, is that correct?
Yep.
So, as many as possible come on Wednesday, 2 o'clock.
And bring your placards.
Placards. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Okay. Right, I'm aware of the fact that I probably talked too much in the first half, and I'm not going to get it all finished, but I'm going to try and finish each bit. So I'm going to do the centre bit, and probably one of the arms, and I'll get an attempt at showing people how it goes together. This bit seems to have attracted the most interest. 2 pieces, in this case about 15 mil thick each, temporarily glued together, we want to call it that. It's glue, newspaper and glue. The newspaper is the Daily Mail, but I don't think that makes any difference. As long as it's newspaper. And then I'll be able to open that when I've got the thing turned. So I'm going to have a go at that now. Turn the speed down a bit to start with. It's on a screw chuck. And again, I'm starting with the square. I could have rounded it off, so, but not everybody has that facility. As long as you're careful, turning it away, it doesn't matter whether it's square or round. Wood's one of these things that it doesn't know it's square, and it's difficult. It's us that make it difficult, because we think it's going to be awkward. Assume it's not awkward. And work gently. So I've drawn my circle on there. Use the part material to square it off. Just to give me a starting point.
Excuse me, what dimensions were that piece again, please?
100 millimeters and 4 inches long body.
4 inches.
But it's 15 each, so it's 30 thick now. It could be slightly smaller, but I think it's too fragile and smaller. What's that? So now I know where I'm working from. So I'm trying to keep this top edge square as far as I can. It's nice. Right. And back to this side. This is the second attempt to make this. When I was drilling last night, I found a big dozy piece in the middle and I drilled in, so I thought I'll not risk that one. It might still live on the home. But in front of an audience, it would have been risky. So for those of you who didn't come up, this is a sandwich. Wood, glue, paper, glue, and wood. Wasn't had to make it in a hurry. It was only cramped up for about 4 hours for the glue held when I was doing it. So you need an accurate square. You need to mark it out and drill the 4 centre of each edge. Now, if you haven't got a planer or things like that, if the wood is too thick, glue it up anyway until it thickens down on the lid. As long as you can see your centre line, that will be fine. Any thicker than about 15 would look a wee bit heavy, I think. So I'm almost there. You notice that if you're going fast enough, the holes don't make any difference to the travel of the tool. So you can carry on as though the holes weren't there. I'm not going to get it all sanded. So now you can hear the holes. Didn't quite down there, cancel links to it. Right, that's that done. So, we want to cut in now. There are several ways of marking it out. You can use pencil there. You can use calipers. So you could use calipers like that so that you get the same size on each side, but they're not the best. Same with that one. They're slightly better because they're flatter than these round ones to mark it out. The best one to use are these. And you know what those are? Odd leg calipers is right. An engineer there somewhere. Right, so that fits on the outside edge, over the edge. And you can mark that out. And keep it like that when you're seeing the other side. So, odd leg calipers. Not probably an everybody's toolkit. They're not easy to find these days. Can I see that? It's better. See what I'm doing now. Again, trying to keep your tool as square as possible in the face. This is all based in the middle. It's always easier to take a small step. I want to leave as much as I can in the middle for some strength. You could try going the whole way through, but then you're having to break out on the other side. So not recommended. Well, as always, it looks as though you're 3/4 of the way through the thing when you're looking in there. But I'm not even, well, just about halfway. Okay, so I'll turn that round. If I can get it off. So I'm only using a wee bit of the screw, you don't need it all. Make sure it's tight against my piece of wood all the way around and keep it flat. Okay, so the same thing again. 2 hasn't been moved. So
What did you say name like how versus again?
odd leg, ODDLEG, odd leg.
Okay.
Engineering too. Somebody who knew what they were there, yeah? I don't know where I saw them, probably in a school way back in the 70s when I was doing teaching practice at metalwork.
They're an exercise for the kids at metalwork.
And I can't remember where I got them, but I don't have trouble getting them. But you should have no problem getting them somewhere in Dublin, engineering supplies. Don't try pushing your carton too all the way in, it's just going to get hot. But make sure you don't hit the edge. You're doing a bow down. So I'm working with you, Eugene, get it right. You can do it all with the drum or the parting tool, as long as you're careful. I didn't bring a fine parting tool with me, but I would normally, to go right through, use a very fine one. It's important to get it as straight as possible. yet. You'll easily break it. There we go. I've a piece left over. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Right. Yeah. I'm not going to do it now, just to show you. I'm going to sand the inside of that. And get this. Height and laziness, of course. So I can now sand that 120, 180, 240. Okay. Homemade. Doesn't cost any, well, doesn't cost much. Piece of wood with a bit of a lot or something else. Alright?
You got masking tape on the walls,
That's just masking tape between each of them.
then glue it on.
Just strips like that.
Then glue it
Oh, this to me.
underneath the sandpaper.
That's on the top of the sandpaper. To hold it on.
It's just
Oh,
not-
sorry, you put it on with the masking.
Yeah, it's easier to change when you
Take it off.
But that's just, you're just working in the middle then, as long as you've got enough room in the middle.
Okay.
If you've got wider sandpaper, you make it longer, maybe. It works. It does the job. Maybe not a perfect answer, but then none of us are perfect. It works. That's that. That's a drop circle. Oh, right. I think it should be apart from one. That's me. At least one. Just put it on the top already. Took too long at heat break. Yeah, these are just 34 square, slightly smaller than the main column. So that's what I had. I didn't make any particular size. There's a wee bit on it. Okay. Now this bit is going into the ring, and into the center. So we can work out that's 100 mil diameter. So from there to the center of this is 50. Don't want to meet in the middle in case the cushions are out. So we go about 45 from this end. It's much too low for what we want. 45. So up to there, it has to be 15 mil diameter the whole way. So really there's only a few measurements for the whole thing. So sizing equals to each other. That's what it said here. The measurement is 20, so we want slightly less on the arm. So we'll go to about 15. So it's tapered in. Can't see it. Everybody's very quiet.
Concentrate.
It didn't concentrate as much at school. At the far end of the wood, curve away somewhat. Right, so. Shorten it as long as you want it. It's awkward to finish this one off here, so I'll show you how I do it. Back to that one for a second. Right. So I've got two of those to do. I'm not doing the second one as I said. I've got to clean that up. Okay, so take that out. Take that off. Now, there's loads of things you can do to hold that piece of wood. There's pen jaws, but metal will mark it. There's pins jaws, again the metal is likely to leave a mark on it. More I found is this one. So these jaws are a variation on the coal jaws, same material. They fit into your chuck, any chuck, as long as you tell them when you order them what chuck you have, you'll get the screws the right size. They come in 3 sizes, that's the longest ones. I think it's 15, 25 and 50. £25 a set, I think. No, the 15. 215, isn't it? 25? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, 55 for the whole set of 3 sizes. But I can squeeze that as much as I like. It's not going to damage anything. And I can turn that away.
Where did you get that?
I have that for you. It's a fella in Yorkshire, Skidby Engineering. You phone him up, tell him what you want, what chuck you have, because the screw here are slightly different. And he'll tell you what it's going to cost. I don't know if the postage charge to here is different. But if you buy all 3 sets, the postage is free anyway. And you'll get them. Once your money is in his bank account, he'll send it to you. I got them the day after I phoned him. Because my wife has online banking, so she was able to pay for them for me. So you can do what you want there with no damage whatsoever.
But you'd be paying duty then coming from Yorkshire.
Sorry?
From Yorkshire to here, you'd be paying duty on those as well.
Would you?
Yeah, for sure.
It comes in the letter post.
Yeah, but you pay duty because it's come from UK. Yeah.
Get them to send them to me and I'll get them right in. Get them down to you somewhere. So I haven't sanded that, but it was useful to see how that's done.
Have they got a name?
I have all the stuff here with me. There's the price list and his name and address, I think, is on it. Yes, and I got back home, so I'll leave it there. And there's the other 2 sizes you can see. 25mm, 15mm. The only difference is the size of the thread on the screw hose. Basically, most chucks where it was established. So I'll leave that there. You can photograph it, whatever you want to copy it down. I thought it was a good invention for this job. Wasn't this job bought for it? I thought it was good. Yeah. No correction. In the next 2 days. So, I've got 1 hour. Away. With this. And a collar, which is not finished. Again, I would put that into a standard chuck, probably. Or then, the small ones, and finish that off. You know that. So, got that. I need the ring. Now, I need to split this ring open. Screw together, the grain's running in that direction. If I try splitting it that way, it's going to split the wood. That's the one you have to be careful with. You need to split it across the grain. Alright? So I usually don't use a hammer, don't even use a chisel handle. I can see the gap coming there, so I'm going to leave that. Go to the other side. It's gently easing it off. There we go. Okay. So this is where the magic happens. Now I want to mark that. So I put the same back together in exactly the same place. And I'll sand that off now. It's going to be annoying if you put it the other way around and it doesn't quite fit. It should. But should and actually doing it are 2 different things. So that goes on over there. Goes there. And the arm will go in. Fit there. to see how it's going to go. It needs fitting. I didn't take time to fit that. Remember my little gadget? Checking the size. It's too big. I should have checked it. Too big a bird. But put it in there. Do it that way. So you can see how it goes together. Yes? Happy enough? Glue, newspaper glue trick is very useful. The glue wedge I keep for that is very useful as long as you use it on what? Side grain, not the end grain. If you're doing the end grain, it's more likely to split your wood. And do mark them so you can put them back the way they were. It's not that one. Can't find it now. Pencil line there, there it is. So I can always get it back to where it was. This has not been sanded, as you know. Have fun with it. It's different, but it's not hard. That came out relatively well. We would have sanding to take that out. Sometimes in these wee ridges, because you're not being exact going through your... If your parting tool was off by a couple of degrees, you'll be left a little step, and it'll take longer to sand it. But other than that, I find it relatively easy. I rushed these things. I should have sized that because I knew I was going to put it back. But it is... I suppose it is, as Jim Kelly would say, it is what it is, but I enjoyed making the first few of them. I haven't made any for a couple of years until I made that one, which is a surprise gift for horse chestnut man. I'm almost hoping he doesn't come back. He keeps bringing me stuff. I hate the timber. And he'll ask for something, and he'll bring it home, and then his daughters will want some, and his granddaughters, and his great-granddaughters. So you want 6 or 7. Oh, I hate repeating stuff. So if I give him that one, I know I'll have to make 20 of them. And I'm not doing that until I'm finished, until his wood is all gone. It's a tree, a family tree that they all play on and stuff like that. That's why it's important to him and to the family. I don't want to maintain anything. Not the horse chestnut anyway. Okay, so...
That's it. Thank you.
If you want to get stuff from Skidley...
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.